for myself and my guides, you know, we want to be in the mountains. It's the adventure, it's getting out there and having a real journey and a challenge. I kind of think if something's worth doing, you know, it's worth doing properly. So we want to be out there and actually have a lot of time in the mountains and get to experience both the joys and a few hardships of mountain hunting, and that adds to the whole experience. Some people kind of cut to the chase with our alpine hunting in New Zealand through helicopter hunting, and I think that distracts from the adventure and from the hunt, and at the end of the day you've just got the trophy without the work and the effort and the adventure put into it, and it's kind of meaningless. What's the prize without running the race? You know?
What are you thinking? Oh, it's a bit of a spot for tar, not for people.
Can you carry that one and put it on the table?
I go can.
Hold it up here. Hold it, it's heavy.
It's big heavy. Here.
You'll put it up here. Alright.
No, you can't hold it.
You're just going to do it yourself? Yeah. Alright, I'll help you here. But why are we chopping it? Well, because we have to get the bone out.
Bags are packed,
Yeah,
are you
the bone.
ready to go?
See that?
This time tomorrow we'll be on the road.
So I'm pretty typical in terms of New Zealand hunting upbringing. I grew up on a farm, and most of us learned to shoot rabbits and small game, and then me and my brothers moved on to goats. Feral goats were the main animals we learned to hunt. So I spent a lot of time hunting goats and red deer and pigs. And then when I was about 16, I started hunting tahr and chamois with my uncle, and started guiding with him. And that was kind of the next level goat hunting. It's the real deal in terms of the terrain and the adventure, and the rewards are a lot greater, I think. Not on the bottom yet. You brought your sleeping bag? True wilderness trips, you know, whether it's a mountain goat hunt in Canada or a tahr hunt in New Zealand, it's a real test of people's physical and mental ability, and especially the mental aspect of things. And I think there's a lot that does to a person, especially in most of Western society. We miss out on being part of nature, and getting out there for a week or 10 days away from society to a point, and away from technology, and just living like a human is quite good for us. I think it really makes us feel alive, and really changes the way you think about things. I don't know where that bull's going. It's a very big old bull. It's almost slip. He sort of made a mad rush for it, but he's hiding in the trees somewhere. I don't know, I've kind of become a tahr man. There's something about them, they're just a cool critter. Just to watch them and the terrain that they live in. You know, you go out and you see things tahr do, and you're just like, what? You know, they do things that we as humans, you know, think is impossible. You know, we're only visitors into their world, and they thrive in an environment that is inhospitable to most species. So that's pretty cool to be able to see an animal that can exist in an environment that kills most other critters. I think it's pretty important to try and find a good mature bull. We want to try and have a high male to female ratio with our animals here, especially our tahr, because they live in a reasonably sensitive alpine environment. We don't want to have a huge population of females. We want to try and reduce the female population and then have a good age class to our bulls.
What do you think looking at him today in the light?
He's grown a year overnight. I think we'll call him 13 years. He's reached about the end of his life anyway. His teeth, he's missing a few teeth. His teeth are pretty worn out, and when we gutted him last night, he's got no fat in him. He's just sort of skin and bones. A bull like this he's had a hard life, and this is kind of the end of it, so it's a good thing we caught him before the winter. The odd one you hear of that's 16, but sort of 13, 14, 15 is about as old as they live. Species like tahr in particular are a very important resource. Like, you've seen tahr in their natural habitat, and the reality is that they're threatened in their homeland, and they've been put under a lot of stress for a number of reasons in their homeland. And we have the largest population of tahr in the world here, and to abuse an animal just because it's not native is wrong, I think. There's every bit of chance that tahr in their natural homeland might become extinct or become severely endangered, and what we have here is a big stronghold to benefit that population in the future. We have seen that with some species around the world, and that's a very valuable asset to have, and I don't think we should be abusing it. I think all of our species in New Zealand and the hunters here in New Zealand would benefit from a sustainable long-term management strategy where we have proper goals in terms of how many animals we want to be shooting every year, and actual strategies in terms of this is what we want to achieve, this is how we're going to achieve it, instead of a sort of random huge effort put in the wrong direction, which we're seeing at the moment. You know, we're putting big effort into game management, but it's in the wrong direction, I think, in a lot of ways.